Ferdinand has been there and won this title now with United on 2 occasions, hoping to lead them to another. But it's all or nothing for Arsenal today. They have to shake off the mental and physical scars of Anfield on Tuesday and produce a performance and a result, well, certainly the latter, worthy of champions to stay in this race. Manchester United can have that very sweet satisfaction of eliminating their increasingly bitter rivals from the race, strengthening their own hand greatly in the process. United know if they lose, Chelsea could be top by next weekend with 2 games to come for them in midweek. Some awesome performances on home turf for United this season. 15 wins out of 17. Only Manchester City have come here and won. Reading the only side to take a point aside from that. Strange to think that they had a slow start to the campaign and didn't win any of their first 3 Premier League games. Contrast that with Arsenal, who won 8 of their first 10. Yet it's United who have hit the front in the home straight when they are always traditionally the stronger. Something Sir Alex Ferguson has always put great store on, being ready for this run-in, and they certainly have been. The mounting goal tally in their last 3 home games in the Premier League certainly confirms that story. 2, 3 and then 4. But there's a manager who does have the edge over Ferguson. Including penalty shootouts, he's won 14-13 against Sir Alex. Not many managers can claim that degree of success. A strong referee needed today. Howard Webb is that man, England's representative at Euro 2008. Has been a bitter feud at times, but it is always the confrontation, by and large, that tends to define how a season runs in the Premier League. Let's take a look at today's team news then. And Manchester United bring back something akin to a holy trinity, with Ronaldo, Rooney and Scholes returning to a side that defeated Roma on Wednesday without them. Patrice Evra also comes in at left-back in place of Mikel Silvestre. Anderson, Ryan Giggs and Carlos Tevez among the options available to Sir Alex on the bench, while Gerard Piqué retains his place at centre-back in Nemanja Vidic's continued absence. Surprises aplenty in the Arsenal lineup, notably Jens Lehmann, who starts in the Premier League for the first time since February. Alex Song is also a shock inclusion, we think at centre-back, 17 months on from his last Premier League start in Arsenal colours. The axe falls on Philippe Senderos, Flamini is injured, Diaby suspended, the experienced Gilberto is out of the wilderness, and Robin van Persie returns. Well, Sir Alex Ferguson getting his prize for Manager of the Month for March. It's usually the kiss of death, to be honest. And it may be some encouragement for Arsenal today. Cristiano Ronaldo also receiving the Player of the Month award out there on the field as well. There can be no disputing that he has been the defining figure, the star of this season. And Howard Webb has to be strong today, FN, doesn't he?
Yes, lots of pressure on referees. The spotlight's been on them all season, really, as it is, I suppose, every season. But we've got arguably the best referee in the country. No reason why he should be overawed by the occasion. Refereed many a big match.
Well, Jens Lehmann, I thought he was going to quietly slip to retirement, but he's in the Arsenal 11 today. Big surprise. Wayne Rooney will hope to beat him again. Arsene Wenger will hope to repeat the dose last season when Emmanuel Adebayor's single goal was enough to record victory at Old Trafford. And the atmosphere has certainly lifted a notch once more. It's been tingling all day at Old Trafford. You know what the stakes are in this game, more so for Arsenal. It's their season in one day. Rio Ferdinand and William Gallas, the 2 skippers. And Arsenal know how high the stakes are today. And he's been there and done it. He's one of the few invincibles still around at Arsenal. Toure, Clichy and Gilberto completing the set in the Arsenal side today. Alex Song, how will he cope with this test today? He's played at Old Trafford before when he was on loan at Charlton last season. That is a major surprise to see him in the side. So underway, Arsenal have never won the league, having lost at Old Trafford along the way. If they do suffer defeat, then they'll certainly be out of it. Worse still, condemned to a third successive season without silverware. Really, Efan Ikoku, it is all about Arsenal today.
Yes, it's been such a massive week for them. And I'm sure they knew at the beginning of the week, going to Anfield and then coming to Old Trafford, that things would very much hinge on these two performances. So today, performance is required, obviously, to get something at Old Trafford, but the result is the all-important thing.
Van Persie back in the Arsenal lineup, winning an early free kick for the Gunners. First touch for Alex Song, and that will be hugely welcome for him. Toure continuing in the right-back role, which has been something of a bone of contention for Arsenal supporters, especially with Emmanuel Eboué in the side today, as he was at Anfield in midweek.
I just wonder as well if the appearance of Jens Lehmann and Gilberto Silva as well in midfield, whether that's a slight admission of guilt from Arsene Wenger, and maybe he wishes he'd played a more experienced team in the recent weeks. They would have stopped hemorrhaging points and dropped points, 2 points on more than one occasion. That's led to a slip in the table, coming from being first to now in third place. He never admitted though, would he, publicly anyway?
I wouldn't have thought so. A lot on this man, Gerard Piqué, was excellent on loan at Real Zaragoza last season, the Spaniard, and pitched into what is almost certainly the biggest game of his career so far. Rooney rising, but slightly misjudging it. Toure away. Adebayor with the first aerial confrontation with Rio Ferdinand. Piqué, he has experience of the Champions League this season. Of course, on Wednesday night he started the game. He's also got a couple of goals in Europe's elite competition this season, so he's no stranger to the big occasion. This is Robin van Persie. Arsenal's top scorer last season, but has found it so difficult to get a consistent run together with the injury problems he's suffered.
Gimana pertandingan hari ini? Gagak mainnya bagus-bagus banget. Apalagi yang pakai rangga tuh. Kayak gepeng, mainnya lincah banget. SSB, CSS juga mainnya sportif, bagus. Mantap, saksikan terus pertandingannya.
This is Clichy and now Chleb. Arsenal hoping to build the first meaningful attack of the game. Chleb trying to pick their way through. It's all very patient, and Wes Brown almost caught sleeping.
Well, we all accuse Arsenal of overplaying on occasion. Wes Brown was sleeping there. Unlucky not to be caught. Eboué's not injured himself. He seems to be running freely. But an opportunity to whip the ball, and Gaël Clichy decided not to. Just mentioned Van Persie. I think he's been their biggest miss for them this season. His goals and his influence, his creativity. Technically, he's one of the most gifted players in the league. I don't think anybody would argue with that. But that's been a massive blow for them. But other key players, as we know, have been missing virtually all season as well.
Yes, it has even led to a little message of sympathy from Sir Alex Ferguson in his programme notes today, admitting it was bound to be difficult for Arsenal with all the problems they've suffered. Very magnanimous of him. This is Park.
Can afford to be when you're top of the table.
Absolutely. Park, always an effervescent presence in this United side, but he's given it away. And this is Eboué. Now Fabregas. And Persie misjudging it. We saw Cesc Fabregas get on the ball for the first time, and United will be sure to try and close him down very quickly at every opportunity to stop him affecting proceedings, because we know, although he's not been quite the force he was, he can certainly affect things.
And Arsenal players have been guilty of giving the ball away cheaply in the opening minutes.
Well, here is Fabregas, first chance to influence things, and an optimistic effort.
And the pitch seems very wet. They were watering it before kick-off as well. The groundsmen were in their spot repairs after the warm-up. Seems slightly long as well. Not as smooth as both teams, I'm sure, would like to see it.
It is a surface that's taken some stick down the years here at Old Trafford. Remember that Sir Alex in his earlier days, when he was still plain old Alex, more or less blamed loss of the title to Leeds United on the state of the pitch and his failure to sign Mick Harford before the end of the season to counteract it with his aerial presence. Since then, Sir Alex has racked up 9 titles, and he wasn't thanking the pitch for that. And they do play wonderful stuff. It's definitely the 2 best footballing sides in the country, and certainly those amongst the best in Europe as well.
Well, certainly the most pleasing on the eye to watch, but Chelsea would argue with that. Football's all about productivity. And if after 3-4 seasons you've not won a major trophy, then you can't really justify to claim to be arguably the best team in the country, because there's nothing in the cupboard.
Well, that's certainly true. This is Adebayor. There's a chance for him to rampage at the United defence. A huge amount of ground. It falls for Fabregas. And the first meaningful effort comes from Arsenal, and they'll want more of that.
Well, they give the ball away cheaply to begin with. Wes Brown's a lucky boy. Adebayor runs into trouble in the end, but what's Wes Brown doing? The side foots it straight, perfect pass to Cesc Fabregas, and unfortunately for him, and most unlike him as well, his first touch is just a little bit sloppy, takes him wide, and he's on the rise, leaning back and stretching, and doesn't trouble the goalkeeper.
Well, Fabregas presented with a gift, but Arsenal couldn't exploit it. Fabregas in possession again. He's seeing a fair amount of the ball. Adebayor, now Van Persie. Bure making a little run for him, but he'll use Gilberto, captain of the side for so long last season in Henry's absence. It really has struggled to hold down a place in Arsene Wenger's first-choice team this season. And his experience will be welcome today.
You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But what a lot of people have been calling out for his introduction or reintroduction back into the squad in the last few months, really, not only recent weeks when things have really nosedived for Arsenal. He's had extra composure. Flamini, as good as a player as he is, Roberto just brings a little bit more calm to the Arsenal team, particularly in front of the back four where they have been exposed.
Oldest outfield player these days at Arsenal. This is Ibue, trying to make progress. Scholes, haven't really seen him get into the game as yet. Arsenal have asserted themselves quite well in these early stages. It could all change in the blink of an eye, especially when Ronaldo gets on the ball, but Son involved in the first confrontation with him.
Well, they've been in control of the midfield so far. Arsenal playing their usual formation, 5 across the middle, Adebayor up front on his own. And occasionally he's isolated. Oh, that's a wasted pass from Van Persie. No other options really. Fabregas didn't commit to the run. And it's so hard to outplay them in that central midfield area. And that's why I was surprised with the omission of Anderson today. I thought with his a lot more combative nature than both Michael Carrick and Paul Scholes, we would have seen less of a need to foul as well, and Paul Scholes, does give away a lot of free kicks. So United will be hoping that they don't. I don't think they'll be overrunning midfield. Certainly if Arsenal really get ahead of steam up, can dominate that midfield area, it'll be a difficult afternoon for the champions.
Manchester United are the champions. Arsenal looked as though they would be able to wrestle that crown away when they were 5 points clear as recently as the end of February, but what an alarming collapse it has been for the Gunners. Many pointing the finger at Wenger and his failure to spend money in the transfer window in January and add to his squad.
Well, Wayne Rooney at the moment is a central striker for United, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Cristiano Ronaldo occupying that position even in this first half. And Rooney to move either side of him and Park. They can alternate either wing.
Plenty of possibilities for rotation there. This is Scholes. They're almost able to steal possession back for Arsenal there. This is Gerard Piqué. It is something of a test for some unfamiliar characters at the centre of both defences today. And it's the United backline that has come under more stress so far in the opening 9 minutes. This is Scholes. hoping to win an 8th Premier League title this season. He's making another penetrating run from midfield, but he couldn't be found.
Good play from Rio Ferdinand. Thought maybe Adebayo got himself into position, and in the end he just overran the ball. Looking to shoulder Rio Ferdinand out the way.
This is Ronaldo. First chance to run at Arsenal. Was it handball? Certainly the free kick has been given against Gilberto.
Well, he went to ground early, Gilberto. I don't think it's an outstretched hand, but how Webb gave that well. It is. Good decision.
The upper arm from the Brazilian. You know what this sort of position could mean. Jens Lehmann may well get his first test here if he can actually get anywhere near it.
I know you don't really want to invite more trouble into your box, but might be wise just to put somebody on the opposing post. Makes it just that little bit more difficult for Ronaldo. As I said, it takes a good view away from the goalkeeper.
It's almost a rugby kicker's step away from the ball there. It is Ronaldo to strike, and the defensive wall does its duty. That's a succession of free kicks now, second in a few moments. Manchester United beginning to mount some pressure.
Well, it's a needless free kick. Howard Webb, is he going to book Adebayo? He's giving him a final warning. There wasn't too much contact there either. There really was no need to touch him. He's going away from goal. Two players shepherding him away. And Arsenal have got pace in their ranks, particularly in the back. They shouldn't really be too frightened by Ronaldo's pace today.
Scholes, Carrick, Brown, Ferdinand and PK in the area waiting.